For most of us, it's a daunting prospect to consider landscaping a backyard. But what about if you had 6 acres to deal with? Well, with a bit of imagination, you can turn that into something really special. And that's why I've brought you here today to show you one of my favourite gardens in South Australia. The paradise that is Mandalay today stands in testament to one couple's dream of transforming some bare, dusty paddocks into an exquisite garden. Now, it all started from here 19 years ago with the placement of this pond and fountain. It spread out to box hedges, surrounded by Manchurian pears, the beautiful row of cypresses behind me, and from there it just spread in an orderly, well-planned manner. And spread is the word. As you wander around, your eyes are drawn to vistas and pathways, which lead to surprising areas. The latest addition, a wisteria walk and grotto, transports you to southern Europe, and a huge flat expanse is designed for a large marquee. They call this the key lawn, and it's shaped like a key, and that's the reason, but it's just perfect for formal occasions, wedding ceremonies, and in the summer, the shade that's offered from this beautiful maple is exceptional, and the area is surrounded by a beautiful dry stone wall and stunning roses. Mandalay can be booked for weddings and exclusive events, which means that there's plenty to do for the garden team. Not least keeping these huge cypresses hedges trimmed to perfection. And I love to see how they've overcome challenges, like this clay embankment. It's been planted out with tough exotics and natives, which blend perfectly with the Leighton green conifers. And it's not hard to see why they've named this area the Roman Steps. Now, being in the Adelaide Hills, they've made full use of the local stone. And in this area here, rather than being all random pattern, they've formalised it by this bookleaf on edge design. And you know, it's really the little things, the detail that make all the difference to this garden. And who doesn't love a water feature? Here in the form of a structural pond with controlled clumps of papyrus grass. Now, Mandalay is in a rain shadow and water is pretty scarce. They have a bore here, but so salty they couldn't use it on the garden. The answer, of course, a desalinisation plant, and it produces enough water for the entire property. And that includes this veggie garden and more than 30 productive fruit trees growing happily inside their covered orchard. Of course, we're not all blessed with a garden like this, but when designing a garden of any size, the same principles apply. Good structure, bones, good design, careful selection of plants, maybe the odd water feature or two, and you know, the rest just flows. Now, we visited Mandalay in the cooler months, but the good news is you can see it in all its spring glory later on this year as part of Open Gardens SA. Don't miss it. And you'll always find information about open gardens and events for garden lovers every month in SA Life magazine.